All right. So this is kind of a strange moment. I don't actually know how many of these boxes are about to show up, but Amazon decided to send me like 30 different packages for some reason. But this is what I was doing while I was gone. I haven't made a video in over a year. And I think a lot of people probably just assumed I disappeared. But I didn't disappear. I just got kind of quiet. And I started building something. And this. Oops. This is part of that. This is kind of a big one here. I used to think what I was doing on this channel was about understanding the system. Excuse me. You know, legal stuff, rights, how everything works out there. But I didn't realize the system I didn't understand was the one running me. So this isn't just like an unboxing video. This is more like a checkpoint. Like, this is where everything changed. I'm going to open these with you, but more importantly, I want to show you what actually came out of that year. You know what's strange? I didn't write these to publish. I wrote them because I didn't know what else to do. Everything I thought I understood started breaking. Not out there, in here. And I kept trying to fix it. Like, figure it out, solve it, get back on track. And nothing worked. Because the whole time, I was trying to fix something that wasn't actually broken. And that's when something started to shift. I stopped trying to control everything, and I started noticing things. Like how fast a reaction happens, how automatic it is, how something can feel like you when it's not. And then I realized I had spent years learning how the world works without realizing I didn't know how I worked. So these books, they're not like answers. They're more like interruptions, places where something breaks and you actually see what's been running. And I don't even know if that's something that someone can explain or if you just have to see it yourself. But there was one that kind of sits at the center of it all. And if someone asked me where to start, it would probably be this one. This one is probably the simplest thing I wrote. And also the hardest for people to actually see. Nothing to fix. I didn't write this to help people improve. I wrote it because I realized something. That most of what I was trying to fix wasn't the problem. Just let me read something. From Block 7, why pressure accumulates. Pressure accumulates because it is rarely resolved at the moment it is created. Most demands arrive when there is already something else being held. Time is limited. Capacity is stretched. The system chooses continuity over completion. This choice is not conscious. It is automatic. When a moment cannot be fully processed, it does not disappear. It is deferred. The body holds the residue and moves on. When this happens occasionally, the system recovers. When it happens repeatedly, pressure begins to stack. Accumulation is not about intensity, it's about frequency. Small interruptions, repeated often, can create more pressure than a single major event. Each interruption requires adjustment. Each adjustment draws from the same reserve. That right there, that's the shift. Not doing something different, but seeing something that was already happening. Most people think that they're stuck because something's wrong with them. But what if that assumption is the thing keeping them stuck? This isn't self-help. It doesn't give you steps. It doesn't try to fix you. It just removes the idea that you need fixing. I'll read another one from the close to the beginning. From the introduction. Most books about healing begin with an assumption that something is wrong. They may use gentler language, growth, blocks, patterns, dysregulation, but the structure is the same. There is a problem to be identified, understood, and corrected. Healing is framed as progress toward a better state, achieved through insight, effort, or practice. This book does not share that assumption. It does not argue that you are broken, deficient, or incomplete. It does not claim that you need to improve yourself, regulate yourself better, or become more aware than you already are. It begins from a different observation. Many forms of suffering persist not because something is missing, but because something unnecessary is being continuously maintained. This is the one I wish I would have had earlier. It would have saved me a lot of time. And everything else here kind of builds around that. So something in you already recognizes what this is pointing at. Start here. I'll read the back cover real quick. Most attempts at healing focus on effort, understanding more, trying harder, fixing what feels wrong. Nothing to fix moves in the opposite direction. It explores what happens when the systems that create pressure, overthinking, compulsion, control, identity, strain, are allowed to stop doing their work. This book does not offer methods, practices, or solutions. Instead, it removes what quietly made them feel necessary. Through clear, steady language and brief, quiet intervals, it traces how pressure accumulates in the body and mind and how experience reorganizes itself when that pressure is no longer maintained. There is nothing to achieve here, nothing to resolve, and nothing to apply. Only what remains when nothing needs to be fixed. It's on Amazon. Same name. But don't get it because I said so. Get it if you're starting to see it clearly already. So yeah, I didn't expect it to look like this. Not or feel like this. It's strange seeing something that came out of a completely different version of you. And realizing that you're not that person anymore. But at the same time, it's all still connected. If you've been here with me for a long time, you probably came for something specific. And what I'm talking about now might feel different. But it's actually the same thing, just deeper. This isn't about fighting anything anymore. It's about seeing what's happening before you react to it. And that's what all this is about. Not fixing yourself, not trying to become something else, just seeing clearly. I have a lot more that are still coming. This one called The Unseen Yes. This one's called Inner Authority. Mind Freedom. Clean Power. I've got like 20 or 30 more of these coming. And these aren't even half of them. So, I mean, I might do a live unboxing on the other ones because they're really significant to me. My first 2 fiction novels are still coming. The Discovery of the Oregon Territory. Nothing like a word as harmless as discovery to solidify how the Oregon country was able to be claimed. It's a really interesting one. So, I might do a live unboxing in the future. I'd really love to hear your comment about which book you're curious about. I'm glad you're here. Really. We'll go through this together. And I'm really excited to share this with you. You know, it's funny because my last name is Goodbody. And my whole life, people have, given me crap about that name. But now I can see how fitting that name is. Now that I want to help people. I want to help people regulate their nervous systems so that they can be who they truly are meant to be. So You can check out more. You can find links to Amazon for these books on my page or on my website called libertytruth.org. And I will be selling these paperback copies on that website soon as well. So thanks for hanging out with me. And I wanted to shoot this video, even though it got dark. I'm just really excited. So thank you. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night. And I will make another video. I've already made 5, 6 videos now in the past 2 days. So I'm going to keep going. Peace.